we are learning to trust Jesus.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you.
Hi kids, it's Aunt Marge. I know I have a different task to do this week. I'm a conductor this week. But guess who's helping me to lead the train? Jesus himself. All week long on the Rocky Railway, we're going to be learning about Jesus' power. Today we're going to be learning about Jesus' power helps us do hard things. And whenever you hear me talk about Jesus' power, I want you to say, trust Jesus. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus. Boys and girls, you can always count on him. He won't let you down. We want to give a welcome to our boys and girls from Palace of Peace Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Colorado Springs. And we are headed to Las Vegas, Nevada also to pick up boys and girls from the Abundant Life Seventh-day Adventist Church there. So I want you to join us, and why not invite a friend? We have a lot to discover this week about Jesus' power. So all aboard and let's get ready to learn about Ramsey. You know who Ramsey is? Well, you're going to find out. And you're going to find out he's actually something that you would find here in Colorado. And he is going to help us to learn our memory verse. So Ramsey, you're up next. Here we go. All aboard.
Hey there, friends! Glad you're all on board for a rambunctious week of faith and fun at Rocky Railway. I'm Ramsey, a bighorn sheep, Can you guess why? Okay, that was too easy. Check out these cool, curvy horns God gave me. Ram's horns can weigh up to 30 pounds. That's as much as some of our littlest preschool buddies. Wow! My horns have to be tough because we male sheep use them to keep other rams out of our territory. People who study rams say we can run into each other at 20 to 40 miles per hour. Bam! You can hear that sound for miles. Me and my herd hang out all over the majestic, massive Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains rock! If you head up to find me, strap on your hiking boots. Sometimes my herd grazes in an alpine meadow. 'Cause that's where the good stuff is. Wow, good! But the meadow makes us an easy target for predators, so we also like to climb way up those crazy cliffs. We sheep like it steep. Me and my family can hang out on a little teeny tiny ledge that's only a few inches wide. Animals like bears or coyotes can't bother us here. Whew! And check out the view! God made us just right for staying safe in those hard, rocky places. My hooves are split and have a rough skin on the bottom that grips tight to the rugged rocks. Plus, I've got excellent eyesight. No glasses for me. It may sound like climbing these cliffs and balancing on jagged ledges is hard to do, but God has given me everything I need to live here. Fine food and my family safe. I've heard that you sometimes have to do hard things too. When there's a bully at school, maybe you feel like you're in a rough, rocky place. You may not be balanced on a cliff ledge like me, but maybe you have to balance homework, chores, sports, music, and friendships. That sounds hard. Maybe coming here today and making new friends even feels like a hard thing for you. But did you know you don't face those hard things alone? No way! Jesus is right beside you. Yep, even right now. He gives you His power to climb through those mountains of worry and get through any rough stuff you gotta do. The Bible powers you up with this truth. For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength. That means you don't have to have your own power to do hard things. Jesus' power helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus.
I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me.
Boys and girls, all this week, as we learn our memory verses, you have a little helper inside of your packets, at least the kids from our church here at Palace of Peace. So today we talked about Ramsey, and what was he? A bighorn what? He's a bighorn sheep. And on the back of this picture of Ramsey, you'll find the memory verse and where it's found. And there's a nice little holder, so each day you'll get a different one, and you can attach it to your holder and keep up with your memory verses that way. All right, boys and girls, I am so excited to learn about children that recognize that God's power has gotten them through some tough times. And today we have a story about a little boy that had a really, really hard time conquering something that he really wanted to do. And so we're going to look at his story now because he really liked karate, but he had a hard time at it. So let's see what happens with Dominic. All right, stay tuned for our story.
My name is Dominic, and I'm almost 11 years old.
Dominic lives with his mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa. He enjoys all kinds of hobbies, but one is his favorite.
I like to build things. I also like karate a lot. I love karate because I get to really express myself and I get to have fun, and I also get to build character and build physical strength.
Learning karate is hard work. Dominic practices up to 3 times a week. Plus, he practices at home with his dad.
The hardest thing about karate is definitely a lot of push-ups, leg lifts, sit-ups.
Dominic knows that he needs to trust Jesus when things get hard.
There was this board breaking thing, and I saw all the other kids break it with their palm. Right here. Boom. Just didn't work out for me.
Dominic failed to break the board with his hand, but he didn't give up. He continued to train, and he asked Jesus to help him.
And I said, I'm gonna break this board. It's an obstacle in my way, and let me push through it. And ha! I broke it.
Another part of karate is taking tests to earn new belts. Each belt color represents a new level. Earning a new belt is hard.
I was very discouraged on the first day because I was afraid I wasn't going to pass, and that's what brought me down. The second day, I was feeling very, very discouraged, very, very, very sad, and I thought, I don't think I'm going to pass this, and I didn't. I failed, and I failed, and I failed. Finally got to the last day that I could possibly test, and I said, this isn't going to be like those last times. I am going to pass it. I said, you know what, Jesus can help me get through this. I'm just going to pray to him today. I am going to pass the test tomorrow. And I did.
In the Bible, in the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 13, it says, "For I can do everything through Christ who gives me strength."
My 3-day test, it was really hard. And Jesus helped me through that. I was nervous for it. If you're going through hard things, I suggest that all you need to do is just trust in God and he'll help you. Pray to God and he can get you through anything. Jesus' power helps us do hard things.
I'm so glad that Dominic gave this goal to Jesus to help him through. It wasn't easy. He had to work hard at it. He had to keep practicing. Is there something that you would like to do, but maybe it doesn't come easily for you? Why not trust Jesus? As Dominic found, Jesus helps us do hard things. Trust Jesus, and you will have a testimony as well. Boys and girls, we are now headed to Las Vegas, Nevada. As I told you earlier, we're picking up some boys and girls from there. And we have Dr. Kyer that's going to be leading us each day in games and an activity. So let's head out to Nevada and find out how we can get some exercise today. Enjoy.
Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to Vacation Bible School. Right now, we are at our game station. So I'm going to explain to you what you're going to need for your game today. So you may want to pause this video so you can get the things you need. You're going to need some ping pong balls. The more you have, the easier it will be. But if you have only one, that's fine. And then you'll need some plastic cups. Right, guys?
Yeah.
So what your objective for today is you're going to try to hit the ping pong balls into the cup.
Like
the first one to get 3 in wins. So it's easier if it's more than one of you, but you know, if you're by yourself, that's okay too. Here we go. Okay, Devin, you're going to go first.
Okay.
Okay, Kailani, your turn. Okay, Devin, you're going to put the cups back up. Oh, that's 1 for you. Kailani, your turn. Okay, that one didn't go in. Go ahead, Devin. That's 2 for Devin. Okay, Devin, you might want to go again while Kailani's getting her ball.
Wait, so what did I do?
You have to get one of your balls that you already got in and rearrange the cups.
Like, switch up?
Just put the cups back in the row. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Kailani, you can go now, okay? Okay. Okay, so we're just, go ahead. Okay, Kailani's didn't go in. Let's see if we can get Devin's in. That's why I said the more ping pongs you have, the better off, so you don't have to keep chasing the ones you have. Go ahead. Ah, Devin, that's 3. So that's 3 for you. Wasn't that game fun? The ping pong ball game. I love that game, especially when I win. Devin won this time. Sometimes in life, things can be hard, right? So he didn't get the ping pong balls in the first time. He didn't get them in the second time, but he managed to somehow figure out how to get 3 balls into the cup. This is the same with life. Sometimes life can be hard, but it doesn't mean that we can't have fun at the same time. Remember, Jesus' power helps us to do hard things. Trust Jesus. Hey everybody, welcome to Vacation Bible School. And do you know where we are right now? We're at the Imagination Station. I hope so far you're enjoying the Rocky Railway and you're having a very good time. So, this is going to be our Imagination Station. So every day we're going to discover some new and incredible things about Jesus and his power this week. But before we get started, I have one question for you. Did you bring your imagination? Oh, I'm so glad you brought it. I was worried because I don't know if anyone told you that you would need your imagination during Vacation Bible School. So, I was talking to my friend Ramsey. I didn't think you met Ramsey earlier. Ramsey is a bighorn sheep. He and his friends live in the Rocky Mountains. The Rocky Mountains are very beautiful. Oh, they're a sight to see, especially during the summer. But in the winter, they're very beautiful too. But you know what? It's kind of hard living in the Rocky Mountains, especially for Ramsey, because in the winter it snows and the rocks are very wet. But Ramsey has very strong feet. And do you know what Ramsey's feet do? They give him power to walk up the mountains without falling. Just the way Jesus gives us power. Jesus gives us power to do hard things. Trust Jesus. So today we are going to do our first Imagination Station activity. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this video so you can go and get your little packet that says Day 1 activities, and then we'll get started. Okay, boys and girls, I hope you have your stuff for your packet. So the first thing is your spool, and then you've got your short little straw, you've got your longer straw, you've got a rubber band, and then one of the things that I found that's very helpful is having a small paper clip, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull apart your spool like this. So the top part has this little circle in it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to send the rubber band through there. Let's see. So I bend the rubber band a little bit, and then I put it through. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bigger straw like this, and I'm going to put it through the rubber band so the rubber band can't come out on that side, okay? And then we got to try to put it right in the middle. So you see, like that. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper clip and you're going to put it around the other side of the rubber band like this. So see, now we're like this. Hopefully you can tell because my hands are kind of big. See, we're like this. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the other spool and we're going to thread the rubber band through here with using the paper clip because that makes it easier. So there you go. And now it's together. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your paper clip off, and then you're going to put your yellow straw, the shorter one, through here. Okay. So you see how you have it on that end and how you have it on that end. So now we've got our device, and all we have to do is wind this up. So see how I'm winding it. And then in the next video, you'll see our gizmo in action because Jesus gives us power to do hard things. Now, putting the rubber band through the spools is a little bit hard, but our paper clip guided us and made it a lot easier. That's Jesus giving us the power to do hard things. Trust Jesus. And on the next video clip, you'll see our little gizmo in action. Okay, here we go. So I hope you guys got it right and it worked well for you. So this is our off-rail roller. So remember, Jesus gives us the power to do hard things. Trust Jesus. I'll see you again tomorrow at the Imagination Station. Bye.
Thank you, Dr. Kyra, for that. That is a fun activity. I hope that you boys and girls were able to put that together, and I hope that you'll enjoy it. And it will remind you that Jesus' power helps us what? Do hard things. Trust Jesus. It is now time for us to get into our Bible story for today. And we have our pastor here in Colorado Springs, Pastor Marcus Hayes, that will be giving us our Bible story for today. So enjoy, and remember, trust Jesus.
Hello, boys and girls. My name is Pastor Marcus Hayes, and I want to talk to you today about a story in the Bible that comes from the book of Acts, chapter 9, verses 1 through 9. And in this story, there are two main characters. The characters are Saul, and the other character is Ananias. Saul is a person who believes in God, but he has now seen the new birth of Christianity through Jesus Christ. Saul now has an issue with Christians, so much so that he wants to cause harm to them because he does not believe that Jesus is the Son of God. Saul is now pursuing and persecuting Christians, and he is now on the road to Damascus, where his life is about to change. Jesus is now about to appear to Saul, and he is going to ask Saul, "Why are you persecuting me?" When Jesus asks him that, he is saying this because he is talking about his children, the believers of Jesus. Why is Saul causing harm to them? Saul, by this encounter, is now blinded because he has literally seen the risen Jesus. Saul is blinded, and he is now in a place where he needs God. The other person in this story, his name is Ananias, and I want to talk to you about him. Ananias is a true follower of Jesus, so much so that when Jesus comes to him, he asks him to go to Saul and heal Saul and give Saul the new mandate on his life, the new command to preach the gospel of Jesus Christ to the Gentiles. Ananias, it is hard for him to do this because he understands who Saul is. He knows that Saul causes harm to the believers of Jesus Christ. But I want to talk to you about how God gives us the power to do his will. You know, sometimes in your life, you're going to have friends who may talk about you, who may not want to be friends with you. But Jesus is going to give you the power to remain faithful and to be nice and loving to them, even when they're mean to you. And Ananias now goes to Saul, and he heals Saul, and Saul now can see. And Ananias also baptizes Saul, and Saul's name is changed to Paul. God will give us the power. Jesus will give us the power to do the hard things in life. And as children of God, we know and we can trust that God will see us through to make those hard decisions to be a Christian to others who may not like us. I want you to focus on this, boys and girls, because it is your job to stay in connection with Jesus Christ. So when he tells you to do something, your answer will be yes. And not only will your answer be yes, he will give you the strength to do it.
So glad, boys and girls, you were able to join us today, and I hope that you'll be back again with us tomorrow. Don't forget to share this with a friend, and remember, Jesus' power helps us what? Do hard things. Trust Jesus. All right, boys and girls, we'll see you tomorrow. This is Conductor Aunt Marge signing off.
Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I There's a spirit I cannot contain. There's a spirit I cannot contain. The same power that raised Jesus up from the grave. The same spirit I cannot contain. Everywhere I go on this road, high and low, where I go with you. So I won't be afraid, this my home, come what may. Where I go with you. Oh, where I go with you. Where I go with you. Breath upon these bones, your fire in my soul, your kingdom is my home, and I don't walk